Hey everybody, this is Candace Adewale of the Loving You Lifestyle, and I am here with my very first video, 2020. I took the entire month of January just to really lay low. I haven't really been on social media as much as I normally am, and that really is so that I could just take the time to melt into 2020 and really focus on some of the personal goals that I have for myself this year. At any rate, I am here to talk to you all about chemically creating happiness, faking it till you make it on your journey. This video is going to highlight the importance of mental health supplementation and how you can chemically create happiness on your level up. The reason why I chose to touch on this topic is because I remember when I was in a really, really bad place in my life, and it was right after I had gotten divorced, and I was just an emotional wreck. I was depressed. All I wanted to do was sleep all day long. I couldn't believe what was happening to me, and I just really was struggling to climb out of that dark space. And I have said in previous videos that, depending on where you are in your journey, where you want to be or where you want to start for your level up may be with your emotional and mental wellness. And even if you have come a long way in your journey, you might experience things along your journey, on your path that will kind of throw you off track, will just kind of get you off kilter as far as your emotions are concerned, and you need to quickly shift and recalibrate and feel happy again. And so, me discovering mental health supplements was so critical to me being able to move move forward, to vibrate higher, and really, really be in a very happy and emotionally healthy place. So, and like I said, I know that some of you all may be struggling with some things that are very specific, and you just really need to get over it. And I know sometimes even the holidays can bring people down, and who knows, you might be lingering to some of that energy from last year. And so, I just want to help you to move to a better place so that you can really, really manifest your desires, that you can really have the type of life that you want to have for this year. So, let's talk a little bit about the main chemical hormones that play a role in our emotional wellness. And I don't want this to be super scientific because talking about some of this stuff can sound really boring, especially when you start reading and researching it. So I'm going to try to make this as light as possible. So your happy hormones are dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and oxytocin. And then you do definitely have other hormones that play a role in your emotional well-being, like um, your thyroid and things like that. And I know I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So the Hashimoto's thyroiditis can also affect your mental health and well-being. And then you have testosterone, you have estrogen, and progesterone, prolactin, all of those hormones that are created and made in your body that play a role. But we're going to focus on, like I said, that your happy hormones. And when you are feeling sad or depressed, these emotions are created by a decrease in your happy hormones. So if you're experiencing anxiety, for example, you are low in dopamine. If you are experiencing depression, or when you experience depression, you are low in dopamine, serotonin, and estradiol. Excuse me. And when you're feeling scared or really nervous or you're very fearful, your body is low in dopamine and oxytocin. So, what I discovered is that by going to my favorite five all natural supplements, you can chemically create the happiness that you need. So my first one that is up is 5-HTP. Like I cannot stop singing the praises of 5-HTP. That is like my number one favorite go-to supplement, mental health supplement. If I am feeling down, if I am PMSing, if I have experienced something that has kind of shifted or shaken me emotionally, and I know that it's not logical to stay in that place, I will just immediately pop a 5-HTP because it works so well for me. So, what 5-HTP is, it's an amino acid that your body naturally produces, and what it does is it your body uses it to produce serotonin, which of course is the chemical messenger that sends signals to your nervous system. And 5-HTP is an all natural supplement, like I have said, and it is derived from a plant. It's actually derived, excuse me, from the seeds of the Europhonia plant, which is a shrub native to West Africa and Central Africa. And, like I just said, 5-HTP, 5-HTP for me is a miracle supplement that has helped me to shift my mood on many, many occasions, usually within an hour of taking it. I am immediately able to be calmer, more in control of my thoughts and feelings. I'm able to see the silver lining in whatever situation that I am going through when I take 5-HTP. And I even give 5-HTP to my teen daughter for her hormonal mood swings. It's been really central for helping me to find balance for her chemically. And you can take, too much of 5-HTP. But I remember when I was really, really in a really stuck in a really depressed state, I was having to take about 4 5-HTPs a day. That's how low my body was in serotonin. And now I don't have to take as many. I take maybe one every other day, or I'll just take it as needed on an as needed basis. And of course, you have to find your tolerance level when you start taking it, because if you take too much, it can cause gastro abdominal issues, and I have had that too. So you want to, start out slowly, maybe taking one and see how you feel, and then increasing it. And the thing is about 5-HTP is if you are already on a psychiatric medication, you definitely want to talk to your medical professional before starting 5-HTP. So next up is Sethanine, which is actually a brand name. It's really theanine, which is an amino acid that is found in tea. It's also found in some mushrooms. And some people take the acethanine to help with depression, help with mood swings, to help also with um, stress, schizophrenia, also preventing Alzheimer's disease. It's also used as a treatment for ADHD and improving overall mental performance and attention. The nine has a chemical structure that's very similar to um, what's called glutamate, which is a naturally occurring amino acid in your body that helps to transmit nervous and nerve impulses to the brain. And I will sometimes combine sethanine, which you can find on Amazon. I'll leave the links to where I purchase and like the particular brands that I purchase in the information box. But I will sometimes combine the two together, and it really, really helps me to get in a great place emotionally, and um, and I'm able to sustain that for days at a time. Next up, I want to talk about St. John's wort. So, John's wort is plant derived and it's usually found in capsule form or tea. St. John's wort is most commonly used for depression and symptoms that go along with it, like nervousness, anxiety, tiredness, poor appetite, trouble sleeping. And there is very strong evidence that it helps to alleviate all of those symptoms. St. John's wort is also used to alleviate symptoms of menopause, like hot flashes and mood changes. The one thing, though, I have to say about St. John's wort, and I've heard this over the years, is that you have to be careful with it if you are taking prescription medication because it can interact with a variety of prescription meds. So you definitely want to talk to your doctor before taking St. John's wort, especially if you are on any sort of prescription medication. Next, I want to talk about cannabis. Cannabis. Yes, I love me some cannabis. And I am so happy that the social stigma towards taking cannabis is slowly going away. And that, you know, with all the talk of CBD products and it's becoming more mainstream, especially in the United States, people are really accepting the fact that cannabis can be very beneficial for the mind and the body. Cannabis can significantly reduce short term levels of depression, anxiety, and stress. Um, and I think that's the one thing that I really love about it. Now, researchers in one study have found that, and this is cannabis that is going to be that's smoked in this particular study, but they found that one puff of cannabis high in CBD and low in THC was optimal for reducing symptoms of depression, and that two puffs of any type of cannabis was sufficient to reduce symptoms of anxiety. So, while it says that 10 puffs or more that were high in THC produced the largest reductions in stress. Now, THC is the psychoactive ingredient in cannabis that makes people quote unquote high. Now, if smoking cannabis is not your thing, because I don't smoke cannabis, just putting that out there, I do not smoke cannabis. Um, You can also take cannabis drops or have it in tea form, which is what I use for myself and my daughter. Now, most CBD oils, like the oil drops or the tea, does not have enough THC in it to make you high. You just feel calm and relaxed. So if you're concerned about that, you need it be because there's not enough THC in it to make you high or out of your mind or anything that you might be concerned about when you hear the word cannabis. There are also THC free forms that you can also take, but I just find that the ones that are THC free do not provide the benefits of really alleviating the anxiety and depression the way that uh, the products with THC in it do. So, and yes, I do give the tea to my daughter. Again, it does not have enough THC in it to make you feel anything but just like calm and relaxed. And plus, I live in Europe where that's not a stigma. So don't judge me or judge me. I don't care. Last up is magnesium. Magnesium is a natural muscle relaxer, which immensely helps with anxiety. It actually is a relaxant for your nervous system, and the mineral actually helps assist with fear, irritability, and restlessness. Most people do not get enough magnesium in their diets naturally. And I think that's especially true in the US where um, the diet is just so poor and access to truly high quality food is very low. So, um, taking this supplement is really, really good for that. And they sell it in health food stores in powder form, and you just take like a couple teaspoons and mix it in water and just drink it. And it usually tastes pretty good. And I love that, like, especially at night when you want to go to sleep and rest, it's very good for that. And speaking of diet, I want you to really do an honest evaluation and ask yourself, is your diet right? You absolutely cannot move to a better place mentally and emotionally on your level up journey if you do not have proper nutrition. If you find yourself perpetually in the same emotional rabbit hole, evaluate your food intake and take nutritional supplements if needed. And I mean, all you really need to do is find like a really good like woman's wellness supplement, vitamin supplement that has everything in it, and that should help. And then you doing that and making sure you're getting your vegetables and eating um, a nutritious diet will help you to get in that better place on top of taking any supplements that I've talked about thus far. Because 90% of serotonin is actually made in your gut, and your gut is central to your mood. Your gut is located in your stomach. So when they say you are what you eat, this includes your mental and emotional well being as well. I don't want you to ever forget that there is a mind and body connection. 2020 is the year of clarity and vision. And if you truly want to level up and make this your best year, you know, making sure that you are mentally and emotionally well are going to be very, very important. And as I have said many times before, there is a direct correlation between your emotions and your ability to manifest your desires. Your emotions help form the vibrational frequency that is emitted from your heart that actually attracts people and circumstances into your life. And I will be talking about that some um, on this channel and also in my book that I am writing, and because it's very important to understand this. And this and why it's important to understand is because you have to have a handle on your emotions and be aware of your vibration in order to attract what you want or more of what you want in your life. Please, please, please be sure to speak with a medical professional or a doctor before taking any of the supplements that I talked about this evening, especially if you're on prescription medication or any kind of psychiatric medication. And I truly hope that you have enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to some of the feedback in the comment section. And remember that sharing is caring. So please share this video. Make sure to subscribe and also follow me on Instagram, which I will leave the link to that in the information box so you can see more of my journey in Rome, Italy, and my travels. I just got back from Berlin, Germany, which I love. I love, love, love Berlin. I can't wait to go back during the summer because I'm sure it's even more of a wonderful place during the summertime. Um, but make sure again to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Ciao.